You can hear me. You can hear me. You're just saying that. I can see the dialogue moving already. What do you mean actually on time? I've been on time for the past this whole week. Ninja Gaiden 4 look good, right? Ninja Gaiden 4 look good. That hero mode was designed for me. You know? So I wrote to them saying, look, we need a hero mode designed for heroes. And they made it just for me. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you call, you know, respect. Patience. That's a good. What? I'm gonna go. Oh, and can you, if you don't mind, refill this? I don't know what you're talking about, bullets. I think you just couldn't hear anything. Robbie, I'm going to be streaming it this week, hopefully. And making some impressions content on it this week. I've only just got it installed. You know? There you go. I didn't quite think of that placement, did I? That's actually overlapping everything. That's a bad place to put it. Let's move it. Let's move this for now. What we'll do is grab this. How am I going to do this? No, I don't want to take the whole thing. I don't want to take the whole thing. So that's fine. I just want to take that. Yeah. Okay, well, let's just put it there. Oh, let's put it over here. Perfect place. Alright. Let's lock that back up again. No, that looks wrong, man. Hold on. And you're in the camera. I don't think you're in the camera. You're the one that's conscientious about yourself. Steve keeps telling me I should be like Reforge, getting people to drop money so you can start streaming and playing games and showing them just how much worse you are than me. You want my phone? Nah, just keep it around there. Also take this one as well. The iPhone. I keep getting recruitment calls on it. I don't know why. I don't know how they got my work number. I got 3 today. Pulling my work phone to recruit me. It's a bit weird. Not even my personal number. Ugh. I was talking to the missus. And I'm not facing the wrong way. I just had this placed in the position where I usually make my videos. So it's kind of have me at an angle. But I was talking to the missus. I mean, probably not. Wait, what tattoo? I said nothing about a tattoo. What am I doing here? It's only 8:03. Look, this whole week I have been on time. That's all I'm saying. Wait, who's Imran? Man, you guys are just mean. What did I do? I want to know that there's a particular person in chat right now who kept challenging me and telling me that I was wrong, and that there's no way it would be below 900. I want to know if that person is going to have it in them to actually turn around and be, you know, honest and say that, you know, they were wrong and Chaos was right. Because the price has been announced at $800, exactly as I said it would be. So I just want to know if this person is going to be big enough and kind of admit that I was right. I'm not putting them on stage or anything, or, you know, I'm not trying to shame them up. They know who they are. I just want to know if they will admit that I was right. Yeah, they're already feigning ignorance right now. I knew it. I knew it. I said it would be the same price. What's ironic is that I think it was like, what? A minute before this got unveiled by Tom Warren, I posted saying that the price is going to be released in 2026. I'm always right. What are you on about? Man, these glasses are not my right glasses. These are my TV glasses. Sitting this close, it's a blur. A blur. Yeah, I can't even see anything now. It's okay, my glasses are coming. The kids are bringing the glasses. Oh, he has every idea of what I'm talking about. He has every idea. Just a sore loser, that's all. Can't accept when I'm right. No bad confession. Thanks. So how many of you are going to buy this? How many of you are going to rush out and spend £800 on an Xbox LIX? I mean, technically it is an Xbox. Gaming, he knows who it is. He's now trying to feign ignorance. I can tell you he's a prominent character in Minecraft. I had a lucky guess. I had a lucky guess. I was proclaiming that price for ages. I was hoping, in fairness, for it to be $749.99. I think that would have been an absolute great price. $699 would have just been a steal. But 800 made sense because it's just replacing the original LIX. McFig, you're grabbing one? Nice. They did, Nick. They did. Curry's a little while ago finally unveiled a price to customers. I did check my email. I received something very similar to this as well, so it is accurate. It's only $7.99. And Curry's are also offering interest-free options for 12 months for those that want one. In the UK, anyway. The chili has abandoned us! The new Xbox console is going to be pricey. It should be up for pre-order either now or tomorrow. "5" of dust from how regularly it's been used. Mate, why buy it? Yeah, these are the official prices. £500 for the basic one and £800 for the Extra variant with more RAM, faster CPU, and more storage. Was it popped up on there? I was like, ooh, shiny. Homer Simpson mode activated. Bye. I'm guessing it was something like that. I check it, I was like, woohoo! Yeah. I don't think this is just good for people that go outside. I mean, for you, Chili, I don't see this being much use because you live by yourself. We only have one TV here, so if it's used, it's used. You've not used your PS5 in 8 months. 8 months, sheesh. I just put mine on the other day to install the game that I'm going to be looking at. A mysterious game on PlayStation that I've been asked to check out. Any plans on getting your... No, not at all. I don't do piercings or tattoos. I'm a very, very basic person when it comes to it. God damn it, even the other thing is in front. I didn't really think this through. It's gonna have to stay there for now, though. It is not Team Kill Media. Apparently, PlayStation fans believe that Gears E-Day will be day and date on PlayStation. despite Forza being 3 to 6 months timed exclusive. Well, I'd say 3 to 12 months. Starfield did not appear at the Tokyo Game Show, but it probably will. Well, I don't know if it's going to appear at the Game Awards. I would assume that's probably the next best place for it to appear. I mean, Jeff Keighley would love to announce Starfield for PlayStation 5, so he's probably begging Phil Spencer for that now, so it probably makes sense that that might be a good place for it. What do you mean, gaming? No, it will not. Microsoft has already announced that it's coming to PlayStation. Yeah, they have. They said, let me find a tweet. Let me find the 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 tweet. Man, I've been pissing off the anti-wokies today so much. It's been crazy. I pissed them off so much they started talking about using strap-ons on each other. What a weird bunch of people. They were pretty interesting in what they were, how their brains were working. Hey, look, whatever floats your boat, Steve. Where is it? I did have the tweets. I saw it somewhere. Let's see. This search might be a little more. Well, there's MBG's post for it. There's the Turkish post. Was it Tom Warren that made the announcement? It's usually him anyway. Here we go. Forza Horizon 6 will debut on Xbox and PC in 2026, but not PS5 day and date. Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios, who are wondering what they are doing now that Forza Motorsport has been canned, are also working together to bring Forza Horizon 6 to PlayStation 5 post-launch. So it's not coming day and date, but it will be landing on the PS5. Hey, look. I'm not gonna leave Man United. D-Batch is an idiot. I wouldn't listen to anything he says. Like, when you're looking at a scale of 1 to 10 for idiots, he's gonna rank quite high up there. Man, I haven't bought a jersey in like, well, when did the Glaziers take over? Since then. But yeah, I mean, apparently, I mean, I reckon with the PS5 launch version coming later, it's going to have PSVR 2 support as well, which will be interesting. Microsoft's finally supporting VR gaming, just not for Xbox. That sounds weird, right? What timeline do we live on, folks? This timeline is weird. We have Microsoft and Xbox officially supporting VR, just not for Xbox. It sounds weird, man. Hey, didn't we just beat Man City the other day? Can't be that bad unless I got my wires crossed. I mean, that's not wrong, Steve. That's not wrong. But you know what? Monster Hunter surprised me. We finally have a Monster Hunter that I'm actually interested in. And Susano agrees. Susano agrees. Where is it? Where did I post it? There it is. So we finally have a Monster Hunter that's actually good. Right, we actually have a Monster Hunter that's actually good. Chat, this is insane. Now this is what Monster Hunter is all about. And this is only pre-alpha footage, people. Look at it. See? It's all about the waifus. Get rid of these guys. They disappear in a second. Only the waifus stay. I don't know how you're going to play this on a phone. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Game's already 10 out of 10. Make that 20 out of 10. $30 out of 10. Oh, look at it. 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 The dudes just get beat up and shit. Look at it. They're all like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to die. Yep. This is all the dudes are good for. None of that combat shit. Just scouting missions. As soon as they get to fighting, things go horribly wrong. See? Told you. But then comes the waifu and it's all over. The monsters don't even know what they're doing. They're all dazzled by their greatness, see? It's all Waifu City again. Monster Hunter, the Waifu Edition. That's what this is all about. See, dude fails again. You see, they didn't even let you watch the Rathalos eating the guy. You saw how all the waifus were owning completely, right? But the Rathalos was about to chomp up that guy like there was no tomorrow. Look, you guys know I'm right. You can say what you want, but you know I'm right. The waifus made that game 10 out of 10. Look, Susano loves Monster Hunter, and even he agreed. Waifu Edition is the best edition. All I'm gonna say. I don't make up the rules. See? Seek help. Why am I seeking help for? You know what? The audio was cut off there, but you know what? That's probably a good thing. I would have been demonetized so heavily. It's not even funny. Hey, tell us. Look, all I'm saying is you should sign up to the beta and experience true Monster Hunter. It doesn't come around every day. You only need an iPhone 17 with iOS 26 to get up and running, but you've got it. You've got this in the bag. You have this in the bag. He's turning around like, I don't have the tash. I don't have the tash. I need the tash. Hey, music. So, yesterday we saw this. And I can't get over his face. It looks weird. I'm sorry. It looks weird. He reminds me of Sabretooth and or Craven. It doesn't look like Wolverine. Where is Craven's face? You know the Craven from the Spider-Man 2? I swear it's the same guy. Let me find a close-up picture. Must be a better picture than that. I guess not. Not at first look. But, okay. Nope. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. I just want this. Alright, that'll do. You can go away. You can go away. You can go away. Now, if we're looking at these, in fact, didn't Nibs have this as well? Let me have a look. I think Nibs posted something about this, and he inadvertently thought he was being smart, but really, yeah, he did. Here we go. Like, what is the difference between Kraven and Wolverine? Did they just take the same model and decide we're just going to use it and change the palette color ever so slightly? Nah, there was more than QTEs in there. And the majority of what people think were QTEs were basically finishers. But that's Kraven, right? There is a strong resemblance to Wolverine. Am I the only one seeing this? I've got no complaints about the game, Invictus. I can't get over the way he looks. I can't get over the way he looks. Then again, I kind of do have this whole, you know, I've been watching the MCU universe for so long. Hugh Jackman is literally ingrained as Wolverine for me. But even then, when I saw him like this, the first names that came into my head was, is that Sabretooth? And then it wasn't, it was Wolverine. And then I thought it was Kraven, and it was Wolverine. I just don't see Wolverine in that picture. Yeah, it's just Kraven without a tan chili. It's almost like Insomniac just decided we're going to use the same asset, make it ever so slightly different. I mean, even down to the eyes, it's the same. The eyebrows are a bit more fluffy here, I give it that. But if you look at the hairline, it's identical. Okay, this one's got a little bit more hair here, and clearly he's a little more, you know, shaved and well respected. But Jesus, it's the same guy. Steve, I agree. Just like Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool. Now, when you think of these actors, you think of those Marvel characters almost instantly because they just played it so well. But this over here, it almost feels like Insomniac ran out of money, and they decided, hey, we're just gonna take Kraven. No one's gonna notice it, folks. It's okay. He's dead anyway in the storyline, so no one's gonna really notice that we're using the same dude again. Nah, Chris Hemsworth will always be Home and Away. I don't know. When I see him, I always think Home and Away. Yeah, that's showing. That's that's going back some years, but I always think of Home and Away when I see him. Whereas if you say Tom Ellis, I'll say Lucifer. I know, Paul, but gaming, I don't know if it's the same guy. But this is just weird. I did not see the DCG video. Weirdly, if he comes up, the first thing that comes to mind is Green Lantern. I'm sure he'd love. I mean, he did make fun of it in the movie. Don't get that green guy. Do a weird experiments on me. I don't want to turn green and start flying and doing stuff. it's not the same actor playing both. This is just weird. Like the uncanny resemblance between these two. And you know, he's like, oh, I can see the graphical detail enhancements in Marvel's Wolverine 2 versus Spider-Man. And I'll be honest with you, I actually prefer this one over this one. But this isn't my Wolverine. The gameplay looks fine, but this is not my Wolverine. I have problems with this, right? I don't like it. I do not like it. And Craven was a really good character. Until he wasn't. Had some PlayStation fans today going, man, why is Sony held to such a high standard when other studios have showcases and it's nowhere near as good? And I'm like, look, maybe because they had a really great PS4 era and people, you know, hold them to a higher standard. That's a good thing. How about PlayStation fans start holding them and keeping them to that standard rather than accepting the slop that comes your way? You know, maybe that might be a good thing, right? Until he's 90. What do you mean until he's 90? I think GTA will get delayed. I think it's going to get delayed till fall 2026. That's when the new Xbox is going to come out, and it's going to release on there. No, I'm kidding. That wouldn't work anyway. You mean these speakers? So how many of you are gonna buy these speakers? They're gonna be cheap, right? They're gonna be like £200. You're gonna put them on the side of your PC and go boom, boom, boom. I never said I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a DC fan. Don't insult me like that. Man, guy wants to be a fan of some third-rate comic Marvel show, and he wants me to go with him. What a guy. DC for life, even though they can't make movies to save their lives. DC is way better, man. Batman can kill and destroy every single one of those Marvel characters, including Thanos and Galactus. Batman is the best. See, Galactus will turn around and go, I'm about to eat your world. And Batman will go, how much not to make that happen? You don't have enough zeros. And then he looks at the check and he goes, okay, I'll see you in about 500 years. And then off he goes. There is nothing money can't buy in this world. I did see that tweet about Soros. They were working with Housemarque. Soros kind of makes sense to release PC day one. It's not AAA. It's not going to shift consoles. It's not going to move, you know, the industry. So that one makes sense to be day one. Wolverine will not be day one, because that one will shift consoles. So I think that's how Sony's strategy is going to be. they're going to look at it and say, hey, will this shift consoles? Yes or no? And the answer is going to be yes, it stays exclusive. No, move it to PC day and date. That's how it's gonna work. Yeah, Nixxes is support. They're PC porting and support studio. And as long as they're doing that support, they're gaining more and more experience, right? What's a first party studio? Ponies are happy to get anything. I mean, they're already cheering that they're gonna get Forza Horizon 6 months later. Oh yeah, they are support for Staros, yeah. I mean, Housemarque is first party, right? Because Sony bought them. They dropped that cash. Straight hard cash. And they bought them. Wolverine is going to 2027. Definitely. There isn't a shadow of doubt in my mind that Wolverine is going to make 2026. The fact that they already said full 2026 means that it's tentative and it's shaky at best. It's definitely going into 2027. Batman is better than everything. Where's it? Oreo? 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 I can hear you, but I can't see you. Hey! Let's, what the hell happened there? What is going on there? No, time to get a pirate stuff on. Or at least, at least we did it at the same time. Thank you for the gifted subs. Let's go get up the. Let's go get the. Yeah. Here we go. All right, boys, it's happening. Now I'm actually partially blind with nothing to see. Yes, I am partially blind when I'm wearing this. All right, here we go. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, my dude. Granted, I don't always know what IP they're hiring. Ugh. Like silly dreads. Dreads. All right. Look, don't judge my hair. I haven't combed it yet. Mate, baby steps getting rated that high is ridiculous. Can you steam what? Shinzo, are you on? Are you high? Mate, Devin's been posting all this cool stuff about baby steps. It's been pretty impressive. Now, no one wants to hear me going pooping. Mate, pirates don't comb their dreads. What type of pirates are you hanging around with? Still on sale at the moment? Mate, I can't believe Baby Steps is getting so highly rated. It's crazy. But then we had this, right? Like, this has to be the laziest. This has to be the laziest. Come on. This has to be so lazy. Yeah, Hades 2 got a 94 Metacritic, and apparently it's an improvement over every aspect of the original. That's impressive. Oreo, where are you? You like it, Chili? It's so basic for £70. Sup, controller and speaker fans. Man, I still haven't finished E33. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to even play it this weekend with how many games I need to start making content for that they've provided me. I might stream over the weekend with some, what is it? Romancing Saga 2. The Square Enix game. You expect that controller will be game of the year? Come on. Oi! Oi! What are you doing? You want to go out? You sure this is a good idea? Okay, it's a good idea. You want to come back in? Alright, you can do what you want to do. What the hell? Alright, you want it out. cat started scratching all my sofas and stuff. No, he goes out at that point. It's supposed to be the red marking on Kratos, but like seriously, it's so low effort, man. It's almost like they're not even trying anymore. They could have done anything. Only thing bothering me right now is the ownership bug in the new Xbox update. Apparently, a holdover, but didn't fix. What do you mean, Navy? What's the bug? Let's see. So, Navy, there's I know this is a PlayStation issue, but I don't know if it applies to Xbox. So let's say, for example, you bought a game digitally. Let's say you bought, I don't know, Final Fantasy VII Remake digitally. You bought it, you downloaded it, and then Sony, through PlayStation Plus, introduced Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you claim the PlayStation Plus version. That actually overwrites your digital license to have purchased the game. So I'm not sure if something similar like that may have happened to you on Xbox, if there's something similar like that going on. But yeah, if you actually download the PlayStation Plus, it overwrites your digital license of you purchasing the game. And so when you want to do like the upgrade to Remake and play it on, say, from the PS4 to the PS5, you can't do it, or the DLC won't work, so you have to rebuy the game. So how Sony's system works, if I buy a game and then that game becomes available on PlayStation Plus, if I download the PlayStation Plus version, it overwrites my digital license for the game that I paid money for. However, the problem with that is that in games like Final Fantasy VII Remake, you don't get the upgrades and stuff like that that you do if you bought the game. So you'd have to rebuy the game just to be able to get those upgrades. Wait a minute. Chat, this might have actually... Hold on a minute. Woo! Let me see if I can get these done now. One sec. Might be able to get these done live. Live, I tell you, live. Oh no. Oh no. Now I see what Chili was saying. PlayStation speakers eat your heart out. Oh no. I used to have one of those, man. Those are like donkeys old. I used to have one of those. Oh, where is it? Wait, how much have I been talking to him? One sec, chat. I guess not. Aha. Let's make a new folder. Doing this on the fly, chat. All right, let's see if we can add these real quick. But yeah, those are funny. Upload. So we can finally get those new emojis on. And I want to get them on before... Alright, so we've got 2 of them on. That's good enough. Alright, so we activated 2... Wait, what? Ah, come on. How big are these files? Well, I'd quickly get these emojis up and running, but 2 meg each. Jeez Louise. We just want to open these in. What did they save this? Ah. Donut saved them as a PNG. Almost done, boys. Save them as JPEG. Then they go tiny. Where did I save them? You know what? This is taking a little too long. Oh, I saved them in the wrong location, that's why. There we go. There's that. And there is that. And we are done? Yep. Alright, we've got 2 new emojis. check them out. Why would you do that, Paul? I absolutely am, Steve. This is exactly what you wanted. Everyone can blame you for it. So, did you guys see this? The trailer for OD. Someone actually deciphered the message. 10 years, they used some program to decipher it. 10 years since the legendary horror game PT, the cursed survivors have once again ventured into the forbidden. This building was replicated from a 3D scan of an abandoned clinic found in an isolated village, and then they were trapped in a sinister ritual. What do you think? Still not enough dead air, man, but you're getting there. I'm happy you're proud of me, man. I'm happy you're proud of me. So we have, it should work. And I think they work. If they don't, I have no idea. But they should work. Those are the two new ones that we now have. Ah, it's capital B, that's why. CLB. Is it still not working? No. Maybe it needs to refresh? Just slide some insults back for people asking questions, and you've nailed it. All right, so anyone got a question? Anyone got any bog roll handy? Steve has. You can use his hands for it. There you go. Grade A insults right there. There's supposed to be emojis. You might need to refresh the page, and if you're a member, you should get those extra emojis. I've been wanting to add them for a while, and we finally got an opportunity to add them with the new members. There you go. Hey, Xbox Series P is back. What do you think of those designs, by the way? My kid made them. What? Yeah, my son made those. He was quite proud of them. You're right, babe. Alright. I think it's time we checked out this thing. Because not everyone has seen it. And it's time to see just what monstrosity the Xbox has done with its Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2025. So let's check it out. Demonetization is a go. Hey, Sin. The dead silence. I don't hear the game.
Video Game Show 2025 broadcast. It's great to be back at TGS. Japan has always been a source of inspiration for Xbox, and every time I'm here, I see and feel the creativity and passion that defines this region.
I heard it was great, Steve.
Japan and the broader Asia Pacific
It's a 10 out of 10 show.
is unwavering. For years, we have championed local game creators.
Q Flight, where are you from?
Them to a global audience through Game Pass and the Xbox platform.
I just want that cat.
Together, we've built strong momentum and growth in Asia.
I just want
and
the
we will
cat.
continue to listen, learn, and thrive with these creators and communities. I want to thank CESA for their incredible work supporting this vibrant community. And to our players in Japan and around the world, your love for games, your
Yeah, that's
feedback,
exactly what it
and your
is, Susanna.
energy continue to shape everything we do at Xbox. Today's show reflects that.
Hey man, we are 6 subs
You'll
away
see
from
new
hitting our goal.
titles from
Let's get it
legendary
done, and don't
Japanese
forget to drop a
studios,
like for the stream.
Games and updates inspired by Japan, original ideas from rising creators, and fresh games from visionary teams in China, Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, and more. Let's get started with the fully rebuilt entry in a fan-favorite
Chris
series
Dawes celebrates
that
8
first got
months
its
of
start in
membership.
Japan.
At least Phil is
Arigato
looking a little
gozaimasu,
healthier.
and
Smiley
please
face
enjoy the show.
emoji.
He is. Mate, this look good. This looks good. What was wrong with this game? I mean, it's not a console seller. Is it too loud, folks? What's happened to Marvel 43? It's got left back in time. It's still trying to make its way to the future. Essentially, no one knows. It's too quiet, your end? I don't want to make it too loud because I don't want it to overpower my voice. And it's already getting close to overpowering my voice.
Well, what are we waiting for? Any sage advice?
Play nice.
Always.
See, I don't know why they... I wanted to see new games. Seeing stuff like this, I wasn't really blown away. And I don't know who this person is at the end. But apparently she's some activist that apparently is going to hurt the game. I don't know.
Shoot. Sorry for the mess, Bond. I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. Just need one more. Hang on. Oh, come on, you bit. Moment. There. Tactical simulation is now operational. Any questions? Please have questions.
Who is Gemma Chan? I saw a lot of negative publicity, like PR for her on social media. Still way too low? Are you sure? I'll put it up a bit more here. Still low? Is that better or is it still too low? Alright, I'm not sure if it's gonna overpower my voice. But hopefully it won't. You're disappointed, Power Boss? So I'm actually really excited for Fatal Frame 2. So this was a massive win for me. The problem with this is that it's not Xbox Play Anywhere. And if I'm going to buy it on Xbox, it has to be Play Anywhere.
主人公の肌や衣装の質感を追求し、音量の透明感や歪みは特別な処理を使用しています。また舞台となる水上村の暗く不気味な雰囲気は
I see this on it, so it is like an activist thing. Okay, fair enough. It is not Play Anywhere. I'm at a point now where if I buy an Xbox game, it has to be Play Anywhere. If it's not, then I'm just going to buy it on Steam.
最新技術でリメイクしておりますので、今様々なホラーゲームを遊んでいるプレイヤーにも新作として遊んでいただけるクオリティになっていると思います。
Being able to play the games on the go for me is really important.
例をしっかり見つけてシャッターを切る従来の戦闘システムを踏襲しつつ、ピントやズーム、フィルターなどよりカメラを覗く体験を強化する要素を取り入れました。フィルターを切り替えていくことで、見方が変わっていくんですけども、
It has to be Play Anywhere for me now. Microsoft really needs to double down on that and really make sure those games are Play Anywhere. Obviously, it requires publishers to agree to it, but this is, you know, for me, it's really important. Because I don't know if I'm going to buy the Xbox LIX or the LIX2, but essentially, I want to be able to play the games away from my PC and console. Having it Play Anywhere means I can.
ノウハウも生かしたリメイクを行っています。チーム忍者のアクションタイトルに多く携わってきた中島秀彦が
Yeah, exactly, Chris.
関わっているので、シリーズで最も手触りが良いタイトルになっています。姉である舞と手をつなぐという新要素を追加しました。このことで、ストーリー面だけでなく、アクション面からも姉妹の絆を強く感じられるようになったと思います。
The anti-woke community say this game is censored.
様々な理由で断念しました。今回フルリメイクでようやく実現した要素となります。探索できる場所や収集要素も増えているので、シリーズファンの方にも新たな楽しみがあるものとなっています。
すぐに戻るから。
ゼロ赤い蝶リメイクはシリーズ2作目を今の技術でフルリメイクしたタイトルになります。シリーズ2作目のリメイクなんですけども、このシリーズはそれぞれストーリーが完結したタイトルですので、この1本で楽しむことができます。シリーズファンの方、そして初めてのユーザーの方にもぜひ遊んでいただきたいです。2026年初頭発売になります。シリーズで最も美しく、最も怖いゲームになっていますので、ぜひご期待ください。
Yeah, I want to play this. This looks scary as hell. Now this, I was genuinely surprised to see it on Xbox. I was genuinely surprised to see this on Xbox. This is that I know game, I think. I thought Sony for sure would have money hatted this one. But I'm not sure if this is the gacha or not. At one point, I thought this was Infinity Nikki. Animal. But yeah, Fatal Frame not being Play Anywhere is sucks. Oh, is it made by the same company? Nintendo's gonna do this game. Did you guys hear? Nintendo is suing the Homeland Security for using Ash in their Gotta Catch 'Em All commercial. That's how many members I've got this month.
Tadaima, Tokyo Game Show, and to our incredible dwellers in Japan. I'm John Rush, creative director on Fallout 76.
They will win 100%. They didn't get permission to use the
2025 so far has been
Pokemon
packed
characters.
full of new content for Fallout 76. We embraced our ghoul within, bringing
Nintendo
powerful
will
new
not lose
playstyles
that
and
battle.
cosmetics to the game, and found new
This-
fishy friends and food in the water.
You need permission to use other people's IP.
And most recently,
Just
perhaps
because you're
most
Homeland
exciting
Security
for
doesn't
inspiring
mean you
building
can go
community in
and
Japan, our
infringe
latest camp
copyright
building
law.
update to Fallout 76 brought an array of new functionality and relaxed limitations to our camp building mode, letting your imaginations and talent run wild. New subcategories.
Quick menu. Relaxed camp building rules. You
Brick,
continue
at
to be
this
some
point,
of
if
the most
anything wants to
passionate and
be
creative dwellers out there. Here are just a
The
few of the awesome camps we've seen popping
Xbox
up from
ROG
our
Ally
Japanese
X.
community throughout West Virginia.
it needs to offer similar. It needs to offer the same specs but be cheaper. They're gonna sue for the song too. Yeah, 100%.
We really
Hey,
appreciate your
Calandros.
passion and dedication to Fallout 76, and we're so thrilled you're all enjoying the camp building changes entirely driven by community feedback. So keep it coming.
Mate,
Continue
they
to
did a
share your
great
builds
job
with
with
us,
this, by the
and you can
way.
always hop
The
into
way you
public
can
playtest server
actually
to preview
build in
what's
this
on the
game
horizon.
is
We'll
insane.
see you in the wasteland.
It almost got me, interested to actually let Steve actually go into my world and start building for me. It looked pretty good. Trump could hear them on this was a real surprise. This was a real surprise. I did not see this coming, so kudos to Capcom for releasing Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 on Xbox.
Would ensure peace for a generation, maybe even longer.
Rose, I can't believe they'd bring it here.
Yeah. So honestly, I think there's two ways of looking at this Tokyo Game Show. For those in, for those in Japan that have an Xbox, which is what this show is generally engineered to, this has been a really good show. To the Western world, where all of these games are available everywhere else and have been for the longest time, not so great. I mean, for those that have only an Xbox, if you've been waiting for games like Monster Hunter Stories, this is a win, right? Coming to March. Did they say sorry, let me just rewind that for a second. Did they say if it was coming to Game Pass? Pre-orders available today at a special price. Coming November, but it's not Play Anywhere. See, that's my problem. This needs to be Play Anywhere. It's already available on PC. Why not make it Play Anywhere? Just Play Anywhere and I'll buy it.
Good afternoon, 47. Concord
This was
News
sick.
is
I
a
like
Hong
this.
Kong-based crime syndicate that
This
selects
was
new
good.
members via a unique recruitment
like
process.
this.
A martial arts
I don't know, this made
tournament
me
hosted
smile,
at the
this
Himmelbach
trailer.
Hotel. To date, no agency has successfully infiltrated Concord. Our client has reactivated
Concord?
Agent Bruce Lee, martial arts legend turned undercover agent. While Lee's combat skills should guarantee victory, Concord and its associates are dangerous criminals and unlikely to fight fair. Your task is to identify and neutralize any threats targeting Lee.
If I can reach the final and win, our dragon should come out of his cave. How are you with hand-to-hand combat?
I've had some experience.
皆さんこんにちは Xbox no Sarah desu. It is great to be back at Tokyo Game Show. At Xbox, we're focused on delivering on our promise of enabling you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. We do this for players, for the love of games, and in deep partnership with over 500 visionary developers from Asia. From celebrated legends to emerging stars, these bold storytellers are a big part of why Asia is the fastest growing region for Xbox. You've seen what creators in Japan and Asia are bringing to Xbox next, including the first look at Gungrave Gore Blood Heat. The spectacular story, along with every game you'll see in the rest of today's show, will join more than 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games already available. And in October, the Xbox Ally launches. No matter how you play, this new handheld ensures your Xbox experience is always with you. The Xbox Ally brings the best of Asus, Xbox, and Windows together, delivering power, flexibility, and choice right into your hands.
The problem
Whether
with
you
that,
love playing on
Susano,
PC, console, or streaming on the go, the Xbox Ally opens up new ways to access your full Xbox library with the combined strength of Xbox Play Anywhere, cloud, and remote play. And for the first time ever, you can access all of your favorite PC stores on Xbox in one place. We're thrilled players get hands-on with the Xbox Ally here at Tokyo Game Show ahead of the launch on October 16th. Next up, a new reveal for an Xbox Play Anywhere title launching tomorrow and perfect for your Xbox Ally. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the show.
in order for that to be the case, Susano, more games need to be on Game Pass or Xbox Play Anywhere. And there's a huge number of them that just aren't. They'd buy to play. So Game Pass can't really push forward if that's the case.
よしいけいけいいぞあいたあ嘘やばいあいたいたいたいあー死んだむつマジかみんな来てくれたやっほ
What do you guys think of this game?
いいよこっちこっちよーし 任してそこそこマルチプレイ最高よしよしそこそこよしよし倒せ倒せいけーおおみんなありがとうやばいやばい来てる来てるあ強い
I don't know, this just didn't appeal to me. I know it's gonna have its audience. It just didn't appeal to me.
ドッペルゲンガー任せろ何これいったあ痛い痛い痛いやばいやばい死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬあー死んだ
He's very dramatic, isn't he?
ちょっと須田さんマジ
Don't be always at that man. We shoot it so now. Sorry, son.
But I also want to support Suda51.
皆さんこんにちは。HD2D 版ドラゴンクエスト 1&2 プロデュ
Yeah,
ーサーの
Square Enix turned up big
今
time.
日はもうすぐ発売予定のこちらのタイトルから原作にはなかった全く新しい様子の海底エリアについてご紹介します。どうぞお楽しみください。主人公たちは海底世界の危機を救うため、まずはじめに人魚の岩場へ向かいます。
Wasn't Guardians released on Xbox One, so it's backwards
海底の
compatible?
道が開かれるのです。彼らがどうやって海底に行くのか気になりますよね。
Oh, you mean on your PC,
実は泡
right?
に包まれて水中を浮遊しながら進んでいくんです。海底の世界ではまずはじめに
It's weird why Halo 5 has just been
人魚たちが住む町に
ignored.
向かいます。ですが人魚たちがどこにも見当たりませんね。
I really love what they're doing with this HD 2D games. They've actually got a separate, a whole studio just dedicated to these games.
ご覧の通り、この海底エリアはとても
Square
広大で
Enix is just such a good company, man.
冒険の先で魅力的なキャラクターとの出会いも待っています。しかし、出会う相手がいい人ばかりだとは限りません。どんな冒険にもつきものです
It
が、
was not released on
強い
PC.
敵とのバトルが待ち受けています。人魚の聖域にたどり着きました。ここに潜んでいるモンスターたちを倒しながら人魚たちを
The quality of life updates for this game is really good as well. I mean, I played part 3, I believe, when I went to Square Enix, when they showcased it for us.
見たことのない敵が現れました、ね。
But it was good.
4人のパーティーでバトルし、進みましょう。まだお話は終わりません。聖域の一番奥で助けを待つ人魚たちがいます。ここで出てくるのが本作の新しいボスで、人魚たちを襲撃したミリエラとその手下です。
Hey guys, we've only got 29 likes. Let's see if we can get that to 50 likes.
この戦いの先がど
You
ん
can
な
do
展開
it,
にな
man.
っているか、
I
ぜひ自分の目
appreciate
で
you.
確かめてみてくださいね。というわけで本日の特別配信はここまでとなります。HD2D 版ドラゴン
But I
クエ
am
スト
tempted to
1&2
pick
が
up
10
the
月30日発売です。
ROG
Xbox
ally,
Series X
even if it is
そ
on
して Windows
finance.
版は現在予約
I just pay £100 a month and get it over and done with.
早坂でした。
Technically, certainly. Ooh, Xbox Play Anywhere. That's already guaranteed that I'm buying it on Xbox.
Everything in this trailer, including text and cuts, is a piece of
It is,
unbroken
Bugs.
gameplay footage. Nothing from start to end has been edited in an external program at all. 1, 2,
Golden Sun got
3, 4,
ruined.
1, 2, 3. If you
Golden Sun was such a good
1,
game.
2, 3, 4, 5 right here. When you get to this
Susano, was it Golden Sun 1 or Golden Sun 2? Where when you go to the church at the beginning of the game and the priest turns around and says to you,
like that.
Only you can save the world. This is your destiny. Will you take it? Will you act upon it? And if you say no, you complete the game. The world basically ends and you complete it. Fastest game completion ever. You get the bad ending. This is just one of those weird Japanese games that is going to do really well in Japan, but just only in Japan. Yeah, Susanna, seriously, when you start off, you go and speak to you go to speak to the priest at the church. It's right at the beginning of the game, and he says, will you accept your destiny? And if you say no, you complete the game. The game's complete. Its credits start rolling and everything. It's quite funny. I'll say this, man. Say what you will with Microsoft Flight Simulator, this game looks absolutely stunning. What the fuck, bro? This game looks absolutely stunning. I don't care what anyone says. And just think, you can play this in full VR on PS5. Xbox, where's my VR headset? Stop supporting PlayStation, support me. I mean, it's Tokyo Game Show, right? So everything they do is going to be Japan focused. What do you mean 20 FPS? It's going to be running at 120 FPS. In VR. Mate, it's got the power of the pisser. You don't underestimate the power of the pisser. It pisses all over you if you underestimate it, so don't do that. Did they add official VR support on PC? I wonder. Mate, this trailer is as long as it needs to be. It's taking me to places and journeys along the way where friendships are made. With cinematic scenes and music, sunsets and the works. It's making me want to play the game. The sky is calling. Answer the call. Available today.
I shall maintain the peace in Avalon. I will devote my life
Romancing
to
Saga!
so that the destiny of our imperial forebearers may one day be fulfilled.
an idea. Another one in the books.
Everyone, form ranks. Bow to me.
Is the battle system auto? You set it up and it auto battles?
The Wrathhound can be stopped. Now go and be swift.
Very well.
No, I'll find out soon enough. This is one of the games I'm going to be checking out this weekend. Thank you, Square Enix.
Too slow.
Away.
Vermin. And now you die.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
What is wrong with you, Steve? Now, this is a game that my kid will absolutely love.
Now, do you have your answer?
Yeah, this is definitely the type of game my kid loves. It's really weird because he absolutely loves building games.
Is good enough.
You know, stuff that you get to build stuff, build your town, build your city. That's adorable with the Xbox controller. On the other hand, can't stand them. But he loves them. We're like completely different. But yeah, he will absolutely love that.
A disaster brought forth by the archdemon.
See, I saw this and I was like, "What, man? That looks trash."
Demonic armies and heretics.
And then I saw her and I was like, "Man, this game is 10 out of 10." I was like, "Damn straight."
Abominations.
Then it went 20 out of 10.
Be eradicated.
Look at that. Look at that. Look, perfection. This is already Game of the Year material.
We'll avenge our comrades. And
They just need to
reclaim
get
the
rid of
kingdom.
that paladin. It does have a playtest at the moment. I've downloaded it, but I can't get it to work. It doesn't boot, at least on PC. I might try downloading it on Xbox. I don't know, as long as I don't have to pick the paladin and I can pick one of the waifus, it's alright. Yeah, the one on the left was definitely the one I want to be.
We will hold the line until you foul creatures are raised.
Look,
from this
it's
world.
all about the waifus. If you know, you know. What was that? Coming second half of 2026. Oh, it's coming to PC, Xbox PC 2026, and then Xbox 2027. Okay. Evil Bane. Seriously, Zico? Look. All I'm saying is, everyone knows it's true.
Hi, this is Joe
Hey,
from
Karen.
Team Ninja, and today I'm excited to bring you a first look at some of the challenges and difficulty options that await you in Ninja Gaiden 4 when it releases October 21st. This new mainline entry in the legendary Ninja action franchise,
what's that for,
developed
Karen?
by and in collaboration with Platinum Games, elevates Ninja Gaiden's signature high-octane combat to new heights, with a wide array of new offensive and defensive techniques.
Well, for Evil Bane, at the moment it's just on Xbox. I think there might be like some timed
Ninja Gaiden's
exclusivity.
distinct
If you're
difficulty
referring
design, which introduces
to
varied
the
enemy
Asus
placement
ROG,
and increasingly aggressive
it
enemy
is
AI
£500
across higher
for the
difficulty
basic
levels,
one
stays true
and
to Ninja Gaiden
£800 for the X.
That being said, the path to becoming a master
Pre-orders
ninja
should either
is
start
not a
from
destination,
tonight or
but a
tomorrow.
journey, which is why we have introduced difficulty options and assists to help new players familiarize themselves with the way of the ninja. One such difficulty option is Hero Mode, which will enable auto guard, auto
see?
dodge, and other useful assists. allowing
Did you hear
to
that, chat?
acclimate
Listen
yourself to
again.
the general
This
flow
is
of
designed for me.
One
For
such
me.
difficulty option is Hero Mode, which will enable auto guard, auto dodge, and other useful assists, allowing you to acclimate yourself to the
This
general
was
flow
made
of
for
combat
me.
without
This
the
is
pressure
I
of
sent them a
imminent
message and I said I need this. I need a
In
hero mode for
these
me,
assists can be toggled
and
on
they
and off
enabled
at
it.
any time during the game. Hero mode
No,
is
no,
a
no, it's
perfect mode for
hero
players who
mode.
want to focus on the story of
We don't deal
Yakumo's
with none
ascent
of
to
this
the ranks of Master
medium,
Ninja,
hard,
as he sets
or
out to
whatever.
kill the Dark
We deal
Dragon,
with
the
hero
clash of
mode.
legendary super ninja Ryu Hayabusa.
Nah, you can call it
Rest
what you
assured
want.
that if you
I
start
see
your
the
journey
word
on
hero.
mode, but midway start craving more bite in your combat, you will be able to change the difficulty to normal or hard at any time during the story.
No, no, no.
Allowing you to curate your
Hero.
combat experience according to your progression as a player. Speaking of progression, Ninja Gaiden 4 introduces a standalone training mode, a series first, that can be accessed at any time from the menu. Here you can brush up on your attack strings, defensive maneuvers, and other combat skills, so you can effortlessly dish them out on the battlefield. Action game enthusiasts with aspirations of completing Master Ninja difficulty will have their skills pushed to their limits. Master Ninja cannot be switched to mid-game, and the badge of honor for completing this difficulty will be reserved for those who have truly honed their skills. On Master Ninja difficulty, enemies won't wait their turn, and if you hope to stand a chance, you'll have to dig deep into your toolset, maintain keen situational awareness, and react to enemies with deadly precision.
And this is why you
Here's
have
some
hero
Master Ninja
mode, which is
gameplay to
even
get a
harder.
taste of what Ninja Gaiden 4 looks like at high level play.
It's not baby mode, it's called hero mode. And only heroes can access that game mode. I already know that I'm going to be able to access it because I'm a hero. You see? Susano already knows. Journalist mode is just don't play the game. And review it without playing. Do you know what, gaming? If they honored me with a hero mode, I would play it.
Whether you're a seasoned veteran itching for the next milestone
Journal
action
mode
game
jump straight to
or a
credits.
newcomer looking to cut their teeth on some euphoric hack and slash action, Ninja Gaiden 4 will offer a rich and exhilarating experience for players of all skill levels.
Come on,
We
folks.
hope you enjoyed this first
We're at
look at
36
Ninja
likes.
Gaiden
Let's
4's
get to
difficulty
50
settings.
likes.
We'll see you on the
You
battlefield
can do
when
it. I have
releases
faith in
October
you.
21st. Thanks for watching.
You see, I saw waifu there instantly. It's already a 7 out of 10. We didn't see the full waifu, so it was only a 7 out of 10. If we saw the full waifu, it probably would have been a 10 out of 10. But they decided to hide the waifu. Exactly. See, Mr. 2020 is getting it.
很高兴在 Xbox Tokyo Game Show 的直播节目上和大家见面。在刚刚结束的《雾影猎人 Beta 3》测试中，
Yeah, this is not for me.
数以万计的猎金人参与到了本次封测。在此，我代表全体主创团队感谢大家的支持。《雾影猎人》设定在一个诸神已死、满目疮痍的世界中，在这片黑暗和绝望笼罩的大地上，有着痛彻心扉的悲剧，也有无畏奋战的勇气。我们把这些故事埋在了游戏中的各个角落，相信细心的玩家 已经拼凑出了金雾之下鲜为人知的秘辛。而在未来的游戏版本中，我们还为猎金人准备了更多精彩的内容。神树林将是玩家在布兰德要塞之后第2章可以深入体验的全新游戏地图。在这片白化的世界中，玩家将与神秘壮丽的神之矛首次近距离接触。在这座苍白巨树之下，蛰伏着一群觊觎神之矛残存力量的敌人。而海岸高地的
What do you think of this?
也在彰显着曾经恢宏无
Send
比
you a
的
message on Discord. Let's have a look.
随着冒险的深入，玩家将逐渐揭开巫术森林内诡异
Did
重
you?
重的秘密，甚至直面伪神的魔法。金雾仍未散去，我们期待很快在与
Was it a
广大
DM?
猎金人见面。届时，就让我们在营地重逢，再一次携手
Why are
扬
people
帆出征。
constantly leaving my Discord? You didn't send me a message on Discord. There's nothing here.
You're back in the forest. Your road's been long. Hear my words. They'll make you strong. The wild can wear you through and through. Heal your soul with mushroom stew. The cold will bite and find a crack, so knit your warmth to hold it back. The bugs don't rest, they hunt and chase. Stand tall and meet them face to face.
Mate, did you just send me Mystique?
A friend may light a path unknown. You're small, it's true, but brave and bright. This burrow's yours. Hold fast, hold tight.
That's rough, man. I don't know what this is. But I got a cool waifu, so it can't be too bad.
All shall die to my blade.
We'll have a look at it after the presentation.
Colonel, don't just stand there. It's time for you to take the stage.
Eva! Ever. Terminal Brigade. That lift that they were going up, wasn't that the same one that was used in Honkai Impact? I'm pretty sure it was.
Our universe is held together by magic. A divine power that comes from the gods themselves. All across the world, it takes the form of powerful weapons and artifacts. When used for good, these artifacts can create wonders.
I want Yasuko by my side.
Lord Harumoto, I must decline your request to turn my daughter into a soldier.
I need to find out why this weapon chose me.
But when the power corrupts the mind of the wielder, the whole world shakes in its foundations.
You did not think you could capture me that easily, did you?
If you want something done properly, you'll have to do it yourself.
Leave my father alone! I don't even know how I did that. I must go west to rescue my father from Magamo's grip.
You are not going alone. Shinobi!
I come to you with
Yes, Age of Empires.
Steal power from the gods.
Not for me, but I'm sure there will be people that enjoy this. Age of Age of Mythology, more like. You're all wrong. I was right. I said Age of Mythology. Yeah, this has been extremely underwhelming.
We're excited to be bringing 18
Call of
multiplayer maps to
Duty!
Black Ops 7 at launch.
With many of those maps inspired by Japan. Today we want to share the first details about a few of them.
For the first time in franchise history, Black Ops takes players deep into Japan. Not just as a backdrop, but as a major region woven across the entire experience.
Set in 2035, this near-future vision of Japan gave us the perfect canvas to tell our story.
The
You know what?
region's blend of
I'm
tradition
so proud
and
of Steve
innovation
right now. He
mirrors the
finally
themes at
gets
the heart
me.
of Black Ops 7.
He
Legacy,
finally gets me.
disruption, and the fight for control in a world shaped by technology. From the neon-lit skyline to the quiet hills above Tokyo, Japan offered the right tone, scale, and contrast to ground our narrative and gameplay.
For fans in Japan, it's a chance to see their world reimagined through the lens of Black Ops. For players everywhere else, it's an invitation to explore one of the most visually and culturally rich settings we've ever built.
Every detail was considered. Every space was designed to honor the setting.
Oh,
while
I
delivering
see,
the
Susanna.
gameplay Black Ops is known for.
This map's really exciting because we wanted to transport players into
Hey Steve,
the
man,
player
I'm a
fantasy of being at
I'm
the
a simple
heart
dude.
of Tokyo.
For me, as an objective player, I really love this map because it's got really well-defined lanes and then some really fun set pieces.
One of my favorite things in the map is the Cat Cafe. There's a karaoke bar, which is a lot of fun. Those is call-outs where it's like, I got him in the Cat Cafe. That's gonna be fun to say no matter what.
Each of the landmarking across it is really unique, from the Old Town District into the main center urban district where you're surrounded by this 2035 atmosphere, and then the carnage that spills from that as well.
From the outside, you'll see this Japanese castle, and then once you make
Mate,
your way
Banisher
inside,
watching
the
this is
guilds
just
have taken
thinking
it
of
over
Templars and
instilled
jumping off
this
the top of that
2035
building
tech.
I
into
really
a
love
bunch of
the
hay.
throne room. It's in the center
Where
of
is
this
Banisher
castle,
when you
and
need
it's
him?
got this amazing blend
Guy's
of
already
technology.
calculating the trajectory of where to jump into that hay.
Jump opportunities on the outside lanes. You're going over the rooftop while other players are on the inside experiencing a completely different close quarters dynamic.
On behalf of all of us at Treyarch,
He's
we're so
working.
excited for players to experience our new multiplayer maps.
He's already working out the trajectory. Just how far he has to jump off the corner of that building.
And we'll see you in the lobby.
Shadows does not pretend. It is the only Assassin's Creed.
Minasan, konnichiwa.
Hey,
Xbox
it's the guy
no
that should be fired.
Nato desu. Since our last Tokyo Game Show broadcast, we launched our biggest Call of Duty ever, saw a record number of players jump into Minecraft following the hit movie, and topped the charts across platforms with titles like Forza Horizon 5 and Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm proud of our creative teams as they show their originality, innovation, and commitment to quality. As we look ahead, our teams continue to deliver not only their best games
How is this
yet,
guy still
but more
employed, man?
releases
I
and
don't get it.
updates than ever before. No matter where you
I don't
play,
understand how he's
there's
still
so
employed.
much to look forward to this year. Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, The Outer Worlds 2, and Call of Duty Black Ops 7. All are Xbox Play Anywhere titles and will be available with Game Pass and on the Xbox Ally handhelds. Japan has been home to countless beloved
Wasn't South of
games
Midnight
over the
Play
years,
Anywhere as well?
many of which were in today's show. And as you've also seen today, several of our biggest franchises, Call of Duty, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Age of Mythology, and Ninja Gaiden 4 are all bringing inspiration from
He's
this
like
part of
with
the
it.
world to
Hey,
their
man.
players around the globe.
I tried a Zen pick, it didn't
Before
work.
we go, we do have
I think
one
I'm just
more
destined
reveal.
to stay the way
It's
I
the
am.
latest entry and one of our biggest
It don't
and
work for
most
everyone.
played franchises.
Here you go. There you go. Here it's happening. Xbox Play Anywhere and Xbox Game Pass.
The teams at Playground Games and Turn 10 have poured their hearts into Forza Horizon 6, bringing Japan to life like never before. This has been the most requested location since the very first game, and we can't wait to share more next year. I hope you enjoyed.
Looks like hold that backdrop. Yeah, right. So here we have all the games that are Play Anywhere. There's a good chunk of what was shown today that's Play Anywhere. So like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is something I'm interested in. I will pick up. That's already on Game Pass. That's on Game Pass. Well, I mean, all these are on Game Pass, but I'll buy this one. Gungrave I'll probably pick up as well. Romancing Saga I already have. So, you know, there's some games there that I'll be interested in. But just looking at this lineup, if we're looking at, like, you know, mega games here, Ninja Gaiden 4 is one of them. Forza Horizon is another. And I think we just end there, right? Those are the two real standouts. So these are the Game Pass games. Wait. Only Game Pass? Ah, so these are games that aren't going to be on Game Pass, but I'll play anyway. But these are the ones that are on Game Pass. Terminal Brigade, Simulator, Fallout. That's a lot of games that were shown today that are not on Game Pass. Romancing Saga, Star Sand Island, Winterborough for whatever reason, Project Evil Bane, Mistfall, Hotel Barcelona. Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot. Designer, it's a good thing that they don't care about the console sales anymore. Mate, look at all those. So what did you all think? That was Hitman. You've basically got to protect Bruce Lee from being taken out. And make sure he gets to the final without being shot or something. Proper assassination. It's been protecting assassins from him. Chat, I'm gonna be right back. Give me a second. Just gonna go grab some water. All right, I'm back. Steve got his dead air wish. Hey, look, I needed to go and get a drink. I guess I could have put some music on or something. I guess I could have done that. But yeah, so what did you all think on the Tokyo Game Show? You watched it live when you should have been working? Yeah, I think that's what you think. Do you feel like they're kind of boring? What do you mean? I think it's been 2 years watching. Oh, right. Someone wanted me to show the Wolverine thing that Ventura sent. All right. No, you asked for this, yeah? Not me. You asked for this, yeah? So that's what Mystique looks like in apparently. They did Mystique dirty, man. They did Mystique dirty. I don't care what anyone says. They did Mystique dirty. Let's just see how bad it actually is. You want to see this in real time, right?
Longer than I can remember.
Susano, that is no one's jam, except for the blind. I guess technically it is for someone's, right? I guess if you're blind, that could be your jam.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying.
Do you think there is enough gore, not enough gore, or just about right? Or too much gore?
How far I run.
So apparently people said that there was no markings here.
How far I run.
Yeah, so there's no trail marks here, so people have started nitpicking the trailer.
That's always waiting. Just not for me.
There she is. Now, I'm sorry, they did Mystique dirty. I don't care what anyone says. They did Mystique dirty. She did not look like this. Like, when you're looking at that. I can see the resemblance. I mean, I thought people were taking the piss. You can see it. You can actually see it. Oh my god. Why? Why? Just why? I don't get it, man. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother entertaining Andrew today. But yeah, just why do they have to do that? I don't get it. They know it's going to hurt their game. They know there's gonna be pushback. And they still, despite knowing that this is going to do negative PR, they still go down this route. I don't get it. This goes completely against Business 101. Maximizing money. They look like adult face kids? I don't know, man. One sec. No, not even that. All right. It's all right. I timed him out for 24 hours. I don't want his bullshit here. But seriously, this is you already timed him out? How long did you time him out for? I mean, Squiggles, that's another valid point. Mystique doesn't wear clothes. I like to give one chance. Gaming. I like to give one chance. So we gave him a double 24 hours. Oh, man. Double 24 hours. That was like a double whammy. All right. But yeah, I just think they could have, they knew that they were going to get backlash for this. I mean, personally, I'm still going to play the game. I'm going to enjoy the game, and this won't stop me from enjoying the game, just like it didn't stop me enjoying Spider-Man 2. But I will say this, they knew they were going to get backlash for this, and yet they still purposefully went with it. So they kind of deserve all the backlash they get. It will be after the stream. Well, I'll give him one more chance. And then if he comes in making stupid accusations, then I will permanently ban him. But yeah, I just don't get it. They knew that this was going to cause a lot of commotion.
Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Someone needs to just scribble this out and put sometime 2027. Yeah. Really? That is pretty flat.
Because I ain't no hero.
Yeah, that'd be flat. See, this is my thing, right? I'm so used to seeing Hugh Jackman. And this is what I was saying at the start. I'm so used to seeing Hugh Jackman. That doesn't look like that just doesn't look like my Wolverine. And he looks too much like Craven. Like, why not? I mean, he looks too much like Craven. It doesn't make sense. You disagree that he looks like he doesn't look like, you're saying he doesn't look like Craven? Are you looking at the same picture? I've heard people say he looks like a young Sabretooth. Yeah, he looks like Sabretooth as well. What I'm saying is he doesn't look like Wolverine. He looks like anything but Wolverine. And that's my problem with it. You know, I still think the game is going to be great and it's not going to impact the game itself. But they really could have just made some effort to make him, I don't know, just not look like Craven. Dogs are awesome, dude. I don't have one myself, but I see all the awesome stuff on YouTube Shorts and stuff. Dogs do the most beautiful things. I mean, he doesn't look like the comics either, though. So I've got my comic interpretation of him, and I've got my interpretation of the cartoons, and I've got my interpretation of the MCU. He looks like none of them. He just looks like Craven or Sabretooth. He's not like Craven anyway. He looks like me? No, he doesn't look like me. I know, right? Hey, Punkalicious. No worries, dude. It's all good. Hey, we've got to 41 likes. That is awesome. 9 away from the target of 50. But yeah, I mean, I hope the game does well, and I'm sure the game is going to do well. It is, a Marvel IP. It's Wolverine. I think it's going to do amazing. I just don't understand why they consistently want to kick themselves in the foot by doing silly things like that. Wait, knock me for what? Oh, I'm gonna play it as well, Colin. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I haven't played it. I can't judge it. I'm just saying they knew that they were going to get negative PR for Mystique. They got it from the original Spider-Man. They got it for Spider-Man 2. No, actually, Spider-Man 1 was alright. MJ was fine. It was in Spider-Man 2 that MJ went weird. And so they got a lot of pushback for that. And so they come into Wolverine and they put Mystique in, and then they decide to go down the same, rabbit hole. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like they just don't learn. Right? They don't learn. Hey, we are at 49. And I feel like they kind of need to learn. Hey, we hit 50. Nice. Now get it to 100. But you build the games for your target audience. I think companies I think they're learning about that now, but I just feel like they kind of forgot that along the way. And making stuff that is designed for you as the developer or the publisher isn't what the audience wants. And at the end of the day, if it's not what the audience wants, it's going to hurt your sales. Exactly, Susano. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I'm not trying to shit on Wolverine. I want it to be successful. But when you put roadblocks in front of you to try and, stop that from happening, it doesn't make any sense. By the way, what have I been wrong about? What have I been wrong about? I'm confused. Apparently I'm always wrong. I'm never wrong. I'm literally always right. How come Helldivers 2 works really well on Quick Resume? As long as you're in the lobby, it's fine. Obviously, if you're in the outside world, then it won't work. There's not enough time in our lifetimes to list. No. 98% is King David. I'm 100%. I'm 100. Why are Sweet Baby Inc. involved in the writing? Because the government issues out money if you tick certain checkboxes. And Sweet Baby ticks those checkboxes all in one. So they basically go to them and say, hey, provide some input for us. Maybe not the whole game, but just provide enough input so we can get those checkboxes so we can get our money. I talk to King all the time. I mean, in DM, but yeah. It's 1%. See, this is why those PlayStation guys come in and start harassing me. I didn't even get credit for getting the press right on that Xbox ROG Ally. Hey, Grey Manad. But yeah, it just feels like, you know, when you're building a game and you're not focusing on your target audience, there's a problem there. You got your credit for your... I've just copied what you've been saying. You ain't saying nothing. You're outside Manchester Metropolitan Police Station. It's $800 for the X. I'm tempted on finance. I'm tempted on finance to pick it up. My money is going towards... I'm waiting for Amazon Prime Day so I can pick up LG C5. So that's where the majority of my money is going, for me splashing out on myself. And I'm going to get a sound system with that as well, so... It is totally against Scouser law. I think most people have a PlayStation and they have an Xbox. Just like people from PlayStation, a lot of them have Game Pass and an Xbox. Nibs has an Xbox. Dreamcast Guy has an Xbox. They all have one, dude. Everyone's got the platforms. They just like to lie about it and hide the truth about it. A plastic scuzzer. Oh shit. So this is interesting, right? Moving on from Wolverine. And you know, good luck to them. I mean, I've been arguing with a bunch of anti-wokers today against Wolverine for long enough where I can't be bothered to argue with. Man, those people are crazy. Those are the ones that basically I confused earlier today, and then they started talking about strap-oning themselves. It's weird, but I've been defending this game all day today, and I'm getting people coming in and saying I'm shitting on the game. No, I'm saying if you know what your target audience is, you should not be doing stuff that's against it. Yeah, Calandros, it's true. So there's these anti-wokers who are basically shitting on, you know, like the Yorchies and stuff, but these ones I've never seen before. And they were crapping on Wolverine, saying how it's woke and how it's this and how it's that, and they're not going to buy it. And you know they're going to buy it, right? They're not going to play it on their main account, but you know they're going to buy it and play it because it's Wolverine. And they're going to go as far as buying a new they're going to have a second PS5 there where they put their account on so they can play it and have that completely separate to the one that they show to the public and say, look, I've not played Wolverine, but, you know, secretly they're downstairs in their mama's basement playing Wolverine. You know it's going to happen, right? Because that's how it always works. When you sell 10 to 15 million copies a game for a woke game, people are buying it, right? When you make 10, 15 million sales, you know, unit sales, people are buying the game. And these are games that people are calling woke. They're clearly buying it because they want to play it. But if you check their official PlayStation account, it's not there. They've got like a second account that they hide from everyone. You know it's true. You know it's true, right? It's totally true. the handheld, it's a 500. In the UK, it's £500 for the white one, and the black one is 800. It's just weird. But yeah, but they were arguing with me, saying all this and all that, and then in a weird turn, they must have put a typo in. They started talking about strap-oning themselves, and then the other guy chimed in, not realizing the typo, and then started saying that they had a 10 centimeter PP. It's like, okay, guys, if you want to do that, I'm muting this, and you guys can talk all you like. But this is interesting. Arrowhead CEO says he wants Helldivers 2 to be a forever game like RuneScape. No plans for a sequel. What do you think about that? Arrowhead CEO Shams Georgiani says there are no plans for a Helldivers 3 right now. Instead, the team wants to keep Helldivers 2 alive as a forever game like RuneScape. I know, but these are the anti-woke. How much is it in the US? I don't know, dude. You're gonna have your tariffs bundled onto that as well, right? Plus your tax as well on top of that. It's either gonna be $900 or $1,000 for you guys. I'd say for the black one. Has it officially been announced in the US? But that 849 is without tax. So with tax, you're looking around 900 to 1,000 for the X, and for the standard one, you're looking around 600 with tax. Avatar will be 3 hours and 12 minutes long. That's really specific, dude. I'm not ripping my shirt off. No one wants to see my man boobs. The Steam Deck is so underpowered though, Infinite. It is so weak now. It can barely run like the latest games. Yeah, but he has no man boobs. Should be lockable? You mean dockable? They are. Which handheld isn't dockable? You can just buy a third-party dock and it works, right? I've got a third-party dock for my Steam Deck, and it works just fine. Yeah, it's mental. My friend has the original ROG, and he has a I think it's like a 3080 or a no, I think it's got a full graphics card just plugged into it through the eGPU port. It's interesting. It's a funny setup. Hey, why so serious? Is it actually 2,000 in Australia? Sheesh! So at the moment, with the benchmarks Infinite, it's not been that overly drastically better, but we don't have the official drivers for it yet, it's still using the old drivers. So we will know once it's officially out and people have the official drivers to benchmark against. They have been doing some testing with prototype drivers, but as you know, with all things, we just won't know. There was a gut video from Prime or Prime ETA, something like that, but they were using prototype drivers, so can't really take that into, you can't really take that as factual because they're obviously going to be improved upon. Is torturing me. Don't want to use my Luna. Mate, she is amazing. Mate, she kills everything before I even get her powered up and bring Augusta in. It's mental. Yeah, ETA Prime. Let me bring up the video. But you know what, chat? I've realized something. The fact that I got people coming in here just to hate on me means I'm doing something right. The most forever game was Street Fighter 2. Man, I can still hear the Street Fighter 2 theme tune in my head. Now I've got it literally playing in my head. This is let's see. Z1E versus Z2E. Man, there was like so many versions of that game. It was crazy. Alright, so we have this video here. Just gonna skim to see if we can get to the actual benchmark tests. Alright, here's benchmarks. So Geekbench 6, you can see that a single core, the Z2 Extreme, is pushing ahead quite a bit. Now obviously these are just non-gaming benchmarks, but you can see it's like way more powerful. So the Z2 is pulling ahead. And I remember an earlier video that he did, it was nowhere near as good. Wait, why did this think I'm not in the studio? How weird. You guys can hear me, right? Stupid thing thought I wasn't in the studio. Cyberpunk. So here's some actual gameplay testing. Where is the frames? It's at the top. So as you can see, with the one on the right, you can enable VRR and you should be fine. The one on the left, not so much. Let's see what he's actually saying.
Here, and if you look closely, yeah, I mean, we are coming in with higher clocks on the IGU and CPU with the Z1 Extreme. With all of the gaming benchmarks that I ran, I went to 1080p. We tested at 25 watt and 17 watt. There was one we only tested at 25 because it didn't fare well on either of these chips. But by the end of this run with Cyberpunk 2077, 1080p Steam Deck preset, 25 watt TDP. On the Z1 Extreme, we had an average of 42.66 FPS, and on the Z2 Extreme, we had an average of 46.65 FPS. And obviously that Z2 is beating out the Z1, but not by much at all, even at this 25 watt TDP. So let's check out a 17 watt TDP. Same settings, Steam Deck preset, 1080, just dropping the wattage down. Z1 Extreme managed an average of 32 FPS, and the Z2 Extreme is up to 39. And this is one of those games I also tested at 900p with those same settings, 17 watt TDP. Z1 Extreme came in at 35 FPS, and the Z2 Extreme came in at 45 FPS. So this is actually a really nice bump here, but we had...
That's like a 10 FPS bump. That's pretty sweet. And I don't think there's any FSR involved in this either. So if you... Yeah, there's no frame gen, so there's no FSR. So if you actually introduce FSR... Oh wait, there is a image sharpening. But... yeah.
To lower that resolution down, and to tell you the truth, I play most of my stuff at 900p on my handhelds anyway, but I'm testing at 1080 because a lot of people always want to see it. Another game I tested was Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and we're seeing the same thing here. Higher clocks on that Z1 Extreme for the iGPU and CPU. With this, we're at 1080 low settings, and at the end of this benchmark, 25 watt TDP, Z1 Extreme came in with an average of 59, and the Z2 Extreme came in with an average of 64. I also tested at a 17 watt TDP, still using low settings, 1080p, 44 over on the Z1, 57 on the Z1 Extreme.
There's a big increase depending on what game you're playing.
Horizon 5, and this is a very well optimized game. It works on a lot of iGPU.
And one thing I want to also add, this video is from 2 months ago, right? So these tests that are being done now are with drivers that are not designed for the Z2 Extreme. These are just the standard Z1 drivers. So what you're seeing here is the brute force of the Z2 Extreme. So these drivers, you know, once it's actually out and you actually get drivers optimized for the Z2 Extreme, you're going to see a lot better numbers.
We're at 1080 medium with no scaling at all, 25 watt TDP. Z1 Extreme averaged 76 FPS, fully playable there, and the Z2 Extreme came in with an average of 80 FPS. That's at a 25 watt TDP. And at 17 watts, the Z1, 62 FPS, and the Z2 up to 75 FPS. Black Myth Wukong, no frame generation, and performance with this game on iGPUs has come a long way since its release. I mean, it was hardly playable on the Z1 Extreme the day it came out, but now
it's 800 pounds here in the UK.
Frame rate here at a 25 watt TDP. Z1 Extreme managed 44 FPS, and the Z2 Extreme came in with an average of 49 FPS. Moving over to the 17 watt test, Z1 at 32, Z2 at 43. And the final benchmark I ran here was Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, and this is a Steam Deck verified game, but I've never really even been able to play it on the Steam Deck. Not great performance on either of these chips. 25 watt TDP, I didn't even bother testing at a 17 watt.
Isn't this Horizon?
Because at the end of this benchmark, the Z2 Extreme only beat out the Z1 by 1 FPS. Thought that was pretty crazy. I figured we'd get a little more out of it, but as soon as I started running the benchmarks, I just knew it was all going to fall on its face. So the way I see it, at the time of making this video with the drivers we have for that Z2 Extreme, I wouldn't run out and upgrade from the Z1 just yet. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I do expect we'll see better performance in a lot of these games. Just like the Steam Deck and the Ally when it was released, I mean, there were games that just didn't run. Now we're seeing pretty good frame rates across the board, so we'll have to wait and see. And I'm going to keep my eye on driver updates. I'm actually going to go into the BIOS and see if I can tweak a few things with this, because I got a feeling that we can get more performance out of this chip, even at the same wattages we were running at in this video. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you're interested in checking out...
But yeah, as he said, it's all about drivers. And when do we switch to performance? That was 80 frames for Spider-Man. Well, not there, it wasn't. But there it is, see? 103 frames right there. That's the screenshot you want. You don't want to take any of the others. Yeah, I wouldn't do that infinite. You're gonna have your own pricing in the US. Someone said $849.99 plus tax, and then plus tariffs. But you know, we'll see. It's 900 euros in Ireland. But yeah, even without the actual drivers, and this video is 2 months old, it's done pretty well, right? Normally when you don't have the drivers, it's pretty shambolic, but it's been okay. And I think you know, as the drivers mature and get better, it's going to perform better. Yeah, the Xbox ROG is basically designed like an Xbox controller. Like, it's basically like a Portal. Yeah. Except it just does more. The only thing I wish the Xbox ROG had is a bigger screen. That's the one thing that the Lenovo handheld does really well. It has I think it's an 8-inch screen, if I'm not mistaken. Steve, you have one. And you know, going from my Steam Deck, which is a 7-inch screen, and when I use the Portal, which is an 8-inch screen, that extra inch you really do notice. So I think the screen could have been a little bigger. But that's my only real critique for it. I also wish that they kind of had a little bit more RAM. You know, it has 24 gigs of memory. I don't know why they didn't just push it to 32 and make it future-proof. And you guys are just children. And you're calling me. And you're saying hi with my things for waifus, and then you're coming out with that. What can I say? But what, you know, it is what it is. Essentially, yeah. So what this new console is designed for is to really work with the next generation Xbox. But then next year there's going to be an Asus ROG 3, right? And then that one will be designed to work with the next generation Xbox, because they're all going to be PCs. What did you guys start? I thought you were talking about no naughty stuff, Steve. God damn it. Yeah, I'm enjoying Suikoden. Just made some. I recorded some stuff for the video coverage that I did for it some time ago. So I've just put it in there as placeholder. A lot of people seem to like this. Have a good night, gaming. Shinzo, just no. Stop. You are far from innocent. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so I do think that over time we're going to get better drivers. I do think we're going to get better, you know, coverage of these things, and we're gonna. I think obviously you've got stuff like the, you know, the GPD Win 5, which is like £2,000, and they're gonna completely outdo what the Xbox ROG does, but you're also paying £2,000. So, you know, there's that too, right? Okay, this is what I was telling you guys about.
Recently, I put together an...
This is what I was telling you about. Let's see.
An all AMD workstation / gaming setup, and this actually consists of 2 separate CPUs and 1 big GPU. Basically, I wanted the ability to share a GPU with other devices, and it just happens to be all AMD with this setup here, but you could go NVIDIA and Intel, AMD and Intel, you could have some AMD and NVIDIA, it's really up to you. But basically what I've got here is the Miniforum MSA2. It houses a 9955HX Ryzen CPU with 16 cores, 32 threads. It definitely delivers really great CPU performance, but the iGPU was really lacking. So what I did here was connect it over Oculink to the GT1 eGPU dock. This will do Oculink and USB 4 or Thunderbolt 4. And for the GPU, I opted to use the...
Oh, that's just... Come on. This is basically what my friend has as a setup. It gets ridiculous, right? It starts to get silly. Not gonna lie, I'm looking at a mini game. You see like this?
AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT. Before we move any further, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by URCD keys, and I have been using this site for quite some time when it comes to buying Windows 10 and Windows 11 keys. Over on Microsoft's site right now, you can see Windows 11 Pro is for USB 4 Thunderbolt 4, but I use the ROG Ally X quite a lot, so I figured I'd just use this, and we're going to start out here with the MSA2 connected to this 9070
That's crazy,
XT.
man.
Okay, so jumping right in here, I wanted to give you a look at a few things before we get into testing. And as you can see, we've got that AMD Ryzen 9 9955HX, 16 cores, 32 threads. This is the Miniforum Mini PC here. We've also got 32 gigs of DDR5 at 5600. We can do up to, I think, 96 in this. 32 on the system memory for me is going to be more than enough. We could use the built-in iGPU, but I've actually totally disabled it because it's not going to be much help. Especially since we have that AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT with 16 gigs of VRAM. Of course, this is connected over Oculink, so it's not going to be running at full speed like it would on a PCIe X16 slot in a tower. But if you take a close look, you can see the card itself is rated at PCIe X16 5.0. It's only running at X4 4.0, and if I run this, yeah, that's all we're going to get out of it. But I'll tell you, with the performance I've been seeing so far, it's not bad at all. And, you know, I've also got that swappability over to, let's say, in this video, we're putting with 3 of the best handheld AP. A couple things here.
So he's just literally just building a PC with this one. This is the one that you're saying. Here's the one that's from 12 days ago. So this will probably have newer drivers. So this would be a good place to start from.
On the C1 Extreme, single core.
But the AMD Ryzen AI 9 is actually beating the Ryzen Z2. Especially when it comes to multi-core threading, right? It's absolutely obliterating it.
1,795, and of course the Z2 Extreme is coming ahead of that with a 2,325, and that Ryzen AI 9 HX 370 at 2,485. But an interesting thing here is if you take a look at the Z1 Extreme multi-core at 17 watts, that's actually coming ahead of the Z2 Extreme, but not the HX 370, because with that we do have 12 cores and 24 threads. So it's just more to work with there. Taking it up to a 25 watt TDP does change things quite a bit. On that Z1 Extreme, we're now up to a 2,379 on single.
That AMD Ryzen AI is still pulling ahead.
And the HX 370 at 2,831. Now, at 25 watts, the Z2 Extreme is beating the Z1 Extreme in multi-core, but not by that much, as you can see. And that HX 370 is still coming ahead with a 12,552. Now it's time to take a look at some OpenCL performance on that
right
iGPU.
after this video.
25 watt TDP is all we tested with here. On the Z1 Extreme, 27,807. Z2 coming ahead by quite a bit at 33,488.
Isn't the HX 370 the one that's on the MSI Claw. The new one.
Now, another thing to keep in mind is all of these are using different power profiles from different manufacturers. We've got Asus on the Z1 Extreme, MSI on the Z2 Extreme, and AOK Zoe or 1X player on that A1X. And the final synthetic benchmark I ran was 3D Mark times SPY, 17-watt TDP on the top, right across Z1 Extreme, coming in with a 2,539.
You're supposed to be my tech guy, and you don't know?
And a little over 3,000 with the HX370. Taking it up to a 25-watt TDP boosts all of these scores.
I don't even know what I'm paying you for anymore.
Now that Z1 Extreme is up there at 3,017, Z2 Extreme 3,495, and the HX370 up to 3,521. In terms of synthetic performance with the CPU and GPU, given the benchmarks that I ran, it looks like the Z2 Extreme is coming ahead of the Z1 Extreme in single-core performance by about 19%, multi-core only 4%, and with iGPU performance in these synthetic benchmarks, around a 16% gain with that Z2 Extreme. But when we take a look at that HX370 versus the Z1, single-core performance up by about 22%, multi-core performance up by 24%, and iGPU
you haven't sent me your address.
Up by 19%. All
I
of
need
this
your
is
address
just
to
strictly
send you your
synthetics.
payment.
But now it's time to move into some real-world gaming benchmarks. I've got some side-by-side comparisons here. And as you can see, over on the far left, we've got the Z1 Extreme. Right in the middle, we've got the Z2 Extreme. And on the far right, we've got the HX370. This is Cyberpunk 2077, and I've got Afterburner up and running with all three of these devices. We're at a 25-watt TDP with the stuff I'm going to be showing off, but I also tested at a 17-watt TDP.
I know Steve said
if
he
you take
has.
a look down the list
I
with
don't.
all three of these devices, that HX370 and the Z2 Extreme are sitting around the same kind of clocks. It's really not that far off, but CPU usage is much lower on that HX370 because we've got more cores, around 24 to 28%. As opposed to like 30 to 38% on the Z2 Extreme. But at the end of this benchmark, using the Steam Deck preset 1080p 25-watt TDP, that Z1 Extreme managed 42 FPS, the Z2 Extreme up to 46, and the HX370 coming ahead of both of these with an average of 48 FPS. Dropping it down to a 17-watt TDP, the Z1 now gets an average of 32, Z2 up to 39, and that HX370 not far ahead of the Z2 Extreme with only 40
MSI,
FPS
right?
on average.
That's what I thought.
Here's Shadow of the Tomb Raider using the built-in benchmark, and as soon as I started this on the HX370, I noticed that something was a bit different than the Z2 Extreme. Just noticing a lower frame rate across the board on that HX370, and by the end, the Z1 Extreme came in with an average of 59, the Z2 Extreme up to 64, and the HX370 actually matched the Z1 Extreme with an average of 59 FPS. And taking a look at a 17-watt TDP, the Z1 Extreme came in with 44, Z2 Extreme up to 57, and the HX370 still coming behind the Z2 Extreme with an average of 55.
Now these are at 1080p. Now obviously a lot of people are probably going to reduce it down to 800p or 900p, so you're gonna look at better performance even at that. And on a small screen like that, 900p is perfectly serviceable.
I actually thought the HX370 was just going to come ahead in all of these tests here. Moving over to my favorite arcade racer, Forza Horizon 5. Medium
I would
settings,
say
no scaling
these
whatsoever,
handhelds are just
1080p.
designed for
You
a
can
different
see
audience.
That the Z1 Extreme CPU
This isn't
is
a
being
console
used way more than
replacement.
the
This
Z2
is
or even the
or a
HX370.
PC replacement. This
and
is
at the
an
end of this,
additive
all three of
rather
them
than
did great for this game.
a
given that we're
replacement.
working with a
I wouldn't
lower-end
use these to
iGPU on
replace
all of these
hardware.
devices. For the Z1 Extreme,
This is just to keep you
76
gaming
FPS
when you're
on
not
average,
near your
Z2
hardware.
Extreme 80 FPS, and the HX370 with an 82 FPS average. 25-watt TDP, 1080 medium. Going down to 17 watts, the Z1 is now at 63, the Z2 up to 73, and the HX370 matching the Z2 with a 73 FPS average. Black Myth Wukong is another one that I like to test, and with this we're not using any frame generation, and to tell you the truth, I'm still pretty impressed even with the Steam Deck running this game with no frame gen. It's not a crazy playable experience. I mean, you can go down to like 30 FPS and have a good time with it, but at the end of this benchmark at a 25-watt TDP, low settings, 1080p, 60% resolution scale, The Z1 Extreme managed 44, Z2 Extreme 47, and the HX
Infinite, yeah, that was
up to
lifetime
49
sales
FPS
for the whole
on
franchise.
average. 17 watts, Z1 at 33, Z2 at 42, and the HX 370 at 44. So the HX 370 at 17 watts was actually matching the Z1 Extreme's performance here at 25. And finally, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. This game is just super hard at lower wattages on these iGPUs. You could take it down to 720p, 800p, and still only get a little over 40 FPS on average. But the way I ran it here at a 25 watt TDP, and with this we didn't test it at 17 because it was already so low. Low settings, 1080, FSR set to balance, 30 FPS on the Z1 Extreme, 31 on the Z2 Extreme, and 33 on the...
I remember when I actually tried this on the Steam Deck. Like in certain areas it was fine, but the cutscenes, it absolutely died. When it goes into cutscenes, it drops down to like 5 to 10 frames per second.
HX 370. In my opinion, all of these chips just fall on their face with this game anyway. So in the end, when it comes to in-game benchmark...
Susano, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, let's go! That was I think that was my first true Monster Hunter. And then there was Freedom Unite 2 with Narcokuga. I hated fighting that thing. That thing was just pure evil. It was evil incarnate. That's what it was.
Performance gains on that Z2 Extreme versus the Z1 Extreme. Looks like that iGPU and CPU combo is putting out around plus 15% better performance than the Z1 Extreme, and the HX 370 plus 16%. So we're definitely not seeing huge gains here, at least at the kind of wattage that we're going to be running on our handheld gaming PCs, like 17 watts balance mode, 25 watts performance mode. Of course, we could go up with the wattage, but we really need to worry about battery life here. And, you know, going from that Z1 up to the Z2 Extreme or even the HX 370, at least at the time of making this video, you're not going to see a huge generational jump in performance. Now, efficiency between the Z2 Extreme and the Z1 Extreme are a bit different at lower wattages, but we were strictly really looking at CPU
that claw
and
method
iGPU performance here with this
on the
video.
PSP. Man,
so when it comes down to it, I mean, there's not a major jump in performance going from that Z1 Extreme up to the Z2 Extreme or the HX 370 at those kind of wattages that we want to run on a handheld device. Personally, I don't think it's really worth upgrading unless there's something else about that handheld device that you really need, like let's say detachable controllers, an OLED display
I have a Steam
with
Deck and a
variable
PlayStation
refresh
4.
rate, or even a whole different operating system that you just can't get on one of these right now. That might justify it for some people out there, but really what I'm trying to get at is you're not going to be missing out on much performance at all. I don't think you're going to notice it that much not upgrading to the Z2 Extreme or the HX 370. If you're happy with the device you have, be it a Steam Deck, an original ROG Ally, the original Legion Go, keep what you got right now, and I would wait till the next generation. That's where we're going to see a nice jump from that Z1 Extreme on up. But I had a lot of people asking about this, so I figured I'd make a video. If you've got any questions or you want to see anything else running on any of these devices, just let me know in the comments below. Like always, thanks for watching.
So, yeah, the general consensus is that the Z2 Extreme, at least for now, with the way the drivers are, isn't the biggest upgrade across the board, which is why I've actually considered getting the Z1, because of just, I'm expecting them to drop down in price now, as people are trying to get rid of them, plug them off. And if I can find one for like 400, I think I'll pick up a Z1 and use that until, you know, the next generation comes along, and then look at picking up one of those. But we do have this game over here, right? It is essentially Warframe, but in anime form. So I'm gonna finish off with this one over here. So this is the new game called Duet Night Abyss. It would actually help if I'm actually showing it, right? So this game is called Duet Night Abyss, and it is basically Warframe. If you've played Warframe, it is not a gacha game. Everything is unlocked in-game through gameplay. So yeah, for those of you that are interested in this, you might actually find something here that appeals to you. But yeah, if you like the Warframe grind, it is essentially the same thing. They pretty much built this on the back of Warframe. The Portal is just a remote play device, right? But that's why it's at $200.
With the 13th Legion at my command, no enemy of Hyperborea shall be left standing.
I mean, I got mine for £80, but, and I think that's really what it's worth.
Well done. This has wasted enough of my time.
The bags, this originally was a gacha game, and then they changed it. This originally was gacha, but then they changed it. But they need a way to lure people in to actually try the game. And so they go for the waifu approach. It works, and it brings people in. But I did like the story to this game when I've played the beta. The story was actually quite good. And now that they've removed the gacha aspect to it, it's really no longer a gacha game. It's pretty much what you would, it's a free-to-play live service. So, yeah. All characters and weapons free to unlock. And there's no restriction on energy or anything like that with this game. You can play as much as you like or as little as you want. I don't think there's any daily logins or anything like that. There might be. But in terms of like restrictions to play like you have with other games, you don't have that here. It's all been removed. I think that's partly because of what's happening currently in the Far East in regards to their rules and regulations changing. But there is change afoot. Changes afoot. Well, the cosmetics are most likely going to be some form of gacha, I guess, but that's about it, and I don't care for that.
From fear.
Let me see if if there's any gameplay in this one. That is not gameplay. Let's just check out some gameplay. I mean, when I say it's like Warframe, I refer to the gameplay. Let's see. Is there actually anything official here that can be used? That's not gameplay. Guess I'm just gonna have to take a random person's. Oh no, this was a 1 year ago gameplay. I assume it will probably be still similar to this. So this should be give you some idea.
All things. Draws time with her left hand. And
Really, Steve?
in her right.
I generally didn't know. I always wanted to, you know, I every time I tried to play Warframe, I couldn't get into it. especially solo with some of those missions. It's just, I don't know, I just found it so difficult.
She turned herself into a briar of revenge. Then a faction she brought yet hypnotically followed. Thrusting his sword high into the sky, forever defiant.
There was gameplay in this that I skimmed through. They're adding the cinematic flair, but this is essentially gameplay. They even have the slide jumping all the way down to a T for it. Different perspectives in camera angle and whatnot, 2D and whatnot. So this is what I'm keeping a close eye on. It looks interesting. Nah, with Gears, he's probably got like 50,000 hours on there. And before anyone says that's not possible, he has a time machine. He just kept cycling back in an endless loop. Was that the only gameplay there was there? This is from 1 year ago, mind you, so stuff has changed. But that is due at Night Abyss. I told you he had a time machine. So this is coming to PC and mobile at the moment. So all of these will be playable on the next generation Xbox. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they go about with this one. This is the first time they're actually changing, you know, the way they do these games from gacha to non-gacha. So depending on how successful it's going to be interesting. Did you guys see the latest trailer to Ananta? Sony fans are really pissed off with that one. Apparently, they've plagiarized like every Sony game out there. And they're probably not actually wrong. But here's the thing. So, you know, Sony has officially partnered with them. And this company is, NetEase has a partnership with, did I show this trailer last time? I'm not sure.
Wait, it's shut down?
We just got here. How's it already closed? And who told us to come here in the first place?
Where is it? Where's the combat? Nope, I know that is definitely going to demonetize me, so I did show that last time. But there should be some combat somewhere where he uses basically he uses Venom-like abilities. It's not this one. I think it might be this one. Man, IGN really sucks when it comes to videos, right? Is it on this one? No, this is just a car chase scene. Let me find it on social media. But yeah, the PlayStation fans are going mental about this right now. And I don't see what the problem is. But they're losing it. They're absolutely losing it. Look at it. Look at it. Nick Tech, like whoever he is. He's got a decent number of followers. No, I don't want that. No music, please. So that's they're saying Batman Arkham fighting to web swing suits to Venom style attacking. I think what they want is every company to be like Nintendo, to basically patent every single thing that they do. MBG was crying earlier? Why? But wasn't Prototype the one? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? That ability that you can do in Prototype, wasn't that the first one to do it? The song is a bop, but do you know how many times I got copyright strikes in my stream the other day just for showing this? It's I had to go crazy and getting YouTube to erase it. I think this is the one saying that they copied Uncharted. I don't remember this scene in Uncharted. Does anyone remember this scene in Uncharted? I mean, I know it says Uncharted 4 at the top, but I just don't remember it. But they're losing their mind. Or like a bit of this. Okay, that's just blatant Spider-Man, right? A bit of this. A bit of this. Is there anything else?
Hey, Uglies, how about picking on me? Hey, Uglies, how about picking on me?
But here's the thing. Sony and NetEase are in a partnership. This game is exclusive to the PlayStation console and PC, obviously. So Sony is fully aware of what they're doing. The company has openly said that they've taken inspiration from Marvel games, like from Insomniac. And NetEase have a good relationship with Marvel, considering they have probably the most popular Marvel game right now with Marvel Rivals. And Sony and NetEase's partnership goes back all the way to 2021. So I think if Sony was going to get pissed off at this, they would have already gotten pissed off and not kind of done a contractual agreement with them. So I don't think anything's going to come from this. And, you know, I really hope that Sony doesn't go down the Nintendo route and start patenting every single little mechanic, because that's just dumb. No, that was Tencent. He was crying because Ghost of Yote didn't score 90. Well, it got quite a few bad scores, right? Let me just go to Metacritic for a second. I think Eurogamer, which is unlike them, actually gave the game 6 out of 10. Right? They gave the game 6 out of 10. Which, you know, is unlike them, but 100%. That's so, you know, these 8 over here as opposed to the 97 are what's going to really pull the reviews down. Sucker Punch's sequel offers more great swordplay and heartfelt storytelling, but would be better served as a linear action game, freed of its poor side quests and dated open world. So, Eurogamer gave this a 6 out of 10 and basically blamed it for its open world. That was Starfield. That was Starfield. Because of its pronouns. Now, the problem with this review over here that I have, personally, the problem with this review that I have is that this review is based out of 5 stars. So this, you know, Eurogamer, if I'm not mistaken, only gives 1 star at a time. Oh, it's a recent release? Not sure. But they only give they only give full stars. So they gave this 3 out of 5, right? But I think that's really, you know, companies need to stop doing that. Companies need to be rating these games out of 10 rather than 5. Because, you know, if these games are rated, you know, if these studios are being told, hey, your bonuses are tied to this getting 90%, for example, by these stupid, retarded journalist publications doing a 3 out of 5 system, you are really hurting that game's chance. Because technically this could have got 70, right? Or 75, or 77. But it's not going to get to 80 because it needs to, you know, it can be anything between 61 and 79. And they can't give that reflection. So 60 to 79 is basically a 3 star. And that is such a bad reflection on the review score. It's not just for Ghost of Yote I'm saying this. I've said this before. This is really bad. And that, you know, these places have an obligation to provide better than 5-star ratings. It should be 10 stars. Or just give it a number out of 10. I don't know. I just find it really bang out of order that these publications can really screw with people's, you know, earnings this way. It ain't fair. All review scores should be out of 10 or 100. None of this 5 stars crap, because it doesn't give you a true reflection. Unless they start doing like 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and so forth. And then you convert that into whatever the metric is for an actual review score. But even then, it's just, it really hurts these studios and the people putting their hearts out, working for these companies, trying to make, you know, trying to get those bonuses. Paid reviews are bad, right? I'm not saying like if a company comes along and says, hey, we want you to give us a positive review, that's bad. And that shouldn't be allowed either. And honestly, if you can prove it, the company will get into a lot of trouble. What I'm saying is the actual system of having a rating system of out of 10 or out of 5 should be abolished. It should either be out of 10 or out of 100. That's it. It shouldn't be, the out of 5 should be abolished. The Metacritic themselves should not count any review that is out of 5. They should only look at reviews that are up to 10. That way you get a true reflection of the overall score. But also, Infinite, Eurogamer giving this game 60. Look, let's be real, yeah? On the grand scheme of things, you are less likely to click on this 100, right? You're less likely to click on these all the way down to, I mean, we can keep going, right? You are less likely to click on any of these, right? And you can see that these ones above, right? Outside of the 100, right? Because the 100s can be based on anything. But these 95s, 93, 92, 91, these are based on out of 100. These 90s are more than likely rated between 1 and 10. And you keep going down. Once you get to 88s, these are again based around either if they're doing 1 to 10, the decimal, or out of 100. But you're less likely to read these. You're more likely to go to this site, Eurogamer, and see what did they not like about this. So it's all about the clicks. It's all about the clicks. Right? They do this deliberately to get you to click on it and find out. PC Gamer is not, amazing at that. They come out with some bullshit article title, or they come along and give a game a really bad score so you can click on it and see what you didn't like, and then engage with it by calling them a bunch of tossers. I personally would rate Starfield 8.5 out of 10. I wouldn't give it the 4 out of 10 or the 2 out of 10s that some companies gave Starfield. But there just needs to be some form of actual checks in this. This is why Metacritic is so dangerous. Because it can be skewed so easily because of the review system. There needs to be I think someone said it in chat, a standardized form or thing. Yeah, Bags, I think I remember someone giving Starfield a 2 out of 10. The only time you give something a 2 out of 10 when it is fundamentally broken. Right? Where the game just doesn't work. A 1 and 2 is reserved for games that just don't work. 3s and 4s are reserved for broken games that kind of work just about. Realistically, if a game is working fine and it, there's no problems with it, your review score should pretty much start from 5. I feel like you can give a game 10 out of 10 even if it's not perfect, depending on how it appealed to you. A game doesn't have to be perfect in order to hit that if it really resonated with you as a gamer. Don't forget, these are all subjective reviews at the end of the day. It's based on the person that's reviewing it at the time. See, Gollum, I would say, has severe game, performance issues. I mean, I've played Gollum, right? I played it about half the way through. And I would say it has severe performance issues, considering it was really struggling with my 3090 Ti. I had to lower the graphical settings for it because it was just so unoptimized. But overall, the gameplay and the game itself was more probably akin to a 5 out of 10. Right? It wasn't broken. There was nothing really wrong with it. It was just a bad game. Or a boring game, I should say. I mean, the lowest I would give it is probably something like a 4.5. Pong, on the other hand, actually had bugs in there that were broken, It had game-breaking bugs where stuff weren't loading, and so that would drop down to like a 3 for me. That's when you start introducing the 3s or the 3.5s and the 4s, because at that point in that range, I actually found bugs where I was running around in circles for like an hour. You guys remember, I was running around on that level, and all it took was for me to restart the game and the waypoint opened up and I was able to progress to the next level. Like, there was like a number of game-breaking bugs in that. So not only was it a bad game, but the game-breaking bugs at that point actually impact the review score. These people aren't doing it like that. They're just like, oh, well, it's everyone's reviewing it bad, so I'm gonna review it bad. Which one was it? Just look at this one. I think it's Hogwarts, right? Hogwarts Legacy. I know Kotaku gave this game really low. I think Kotaku gave this game 1 out of 10 from the review that I read. I wonder if it's still going to be here. They didn't even publish it. Kotaku gave this game a 1 out of 10, right? In one delightful moment, my historical knowledge was used to mislead me, as the game both conformed to and subverted my expectations of what I expected a character to do based on her actions in actual history. Games often reward players for knowing their lore, and it was exhilarating to be punished for it. The whole review of this from Kotaku is basic. It's a really long, comprehensive review of how much they hate J.K. Rowling. They didn't actually comment on the game for more than 2 lines of that 10,000 word essay, right? But what I'm saying is, they're being counted. And they gave that game thing. I think it was. What was that guy that turned woman? He turned into Stephanie. You might still. I can't remember his name. That's still right. IGN. Anything's better than IGN. But who was that reviewer? He basically had a sex change and became Stephanie. I think he reviewed Starfield. But when you're reviewing a game at 1 out of 10, and then you turn around and say a whole review without actually speaking about the game at all. Inquisition, that's it. He basically had a really bad go at this game because of its misrepresentation. It's just, it was just so bad because it didn't adhere to the, you know, his LGBTQ standards. He gave it a 4 out of 10. Like, these sorts of reviews should not be allowed in this pool. This review score is what took it down. But, you know, it is what it is. And so, it's shit like that that doesn't need to be in gaming. If you're going to review a product, be fair. Review the product properly. Review it with a scale of 1 to 10 or up to 100. And even if you're doing it 1 to 10, have decimals in place. You know, you can give it an 8.3 or an 8.4. It doesn't really matter out of 10. That would still provide you with the scale of 100. Yeah, essentially that's what it was, Steve. And what I'm saying is, this could have got like, and there was a number of those as well. And you know, this could have got like 87 or 88, closer to 90. But if you, that one low review score that's in the negative, that one there has a much bigger impact than these over here. That being that low really dragged the number down. It really does. Do the maths and you'll see it. It really, really drags it down. You remove this one and you'll see just how much higher this gets. I agree, Infinite. They do need to do away with it. But it's what gets the clicks. It's what gets exposure. But it's so wrong that these these people have that power to be able to do that. And then they go and give the codes to these same people again. Like, why would you do that? But at the same time, I blame Metacritic as part of the reason. I blame Metacritic more than I blame the studios or the people doing the bad reviews. They should have checks in place where there's a set standard for reviews that all review doers have to follow if they want to submit it to Metacritic. And then they should screen the reviews that are coming in and see that they're actually talking about the game and not about some political bullshit. Right? As long as if they're crying about political bullshit, like Kotaku was with that 1 out of 10 review for, and they said if they could give less than 1, they would have given less than 1. Right? That's what Kotaku said. If they could give less than 1, they would have. For a game like Hogwarts Legacy, which, you know, the only reason it didn't get Game of the Year is because of all the controversy. They just need to set a standard and screen the reviews. If you see a review coming in that is politically motivated to give a bad review, just don't include it in the Metacritic score. You can post it and let people see it, but don't have that review influencing the overall score. That's it. And that will fix the system. Yeah, these are legit public websites and people. I don't know if they're actually submitting it, but they're basically. Metacritic is somehow through a feed, an API, or something, drawing it in. Or maybe they are just submitted. I don't know. But they just need to find a better system, because for all the, oh, we would support the developers and we support the people working their asses off, but we definitely want to make sure they lose their jobs at the end of the day, right? Because of political agendas. It's just stupid. And this is my biggest gripe with Metacritic, and I see all the people that keep on coming here, like Nibs and whatnot, and trying to show off with it and making it look good. It is so easy to influence a bad score. You don't even have to try to influence the bad score. It's just that easy. I don't know. It pisses me off. It really, really pisses me off. I mean, BlackRock is just a bunch of wanks, right? They want to stop everything. That's why Nintendo turned around and said they will never allow them to buy shares. And good on for Nintendo for saying that. See, I don't mind there being a trans representation in a game, but they don't need to be the complete representation. Just make it fair, as it is in the open world. But they need to find a balance. At the moment, it's just they want everything one way or not the other, and it doesn't work that way. The problem with it is there's always underlying personal persuasion with reviews, no matter who it is. There's not a single person that can review anything with complete unbiased. I get that, Steve, but what I'm saying is you can tell the difference between a review that's completely politically driven and one that, you know, yes, I'm more right aligned, I'm more left aligned, depending on how I'm reviewing it. But overall, you can see that I'm trying to be fair with my review. You can see the difference between the two. There's going to be some that, you know, kind of skirt that line, sure. But you can definitely weed out the ones that are openly politically driven and just get them out of the way. That's my point. But you know, like someone once said, if you want to be a good journalist, when you want the person reading your writing to not be able to differentiate or to see what your political allegiance is. If you can do that, you will be a great journalist. If you cannot do that, then you will be a bad journalist. If I can read your political allegiance just by reading the first few lines, then you've already failed as a journalist. And I think that's an absolutely perfect statement that they made. The moment you can read someone's bias in their writing, it's kind of already painted and it's not worth reading. Hey, Bags. Let's go. Mine was Centipede, I think, on the Atari 2600. No, Cockman. I think I should be nominated to review Final Fantasy games from here on out. No. And you should definitely not be allowed to review Gears games, considering you think Gears 5 is good. That's like no bueno, man. But folks, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. We had a blast. The Xbox Showcase was a bit of a bit of a crappy one. And we also managed to time out someone for 24 hours for being an absolute twat. All in all, I say that's been a successful evening. And thank you so much for the, 52 likes. I appreciate it. 58 likes, even better. I appreciate it, folks. Yes, I was not good. It's awesome. See, that's why you should never review anything. But yeah, I've got a couple of games that I've been given to stream or make content for. So you might see me active on the weekend over at Twitch or over at YouTube, or maybe both at the same time. So feel free to stop by and check out the content if you are. And I'll see you in the next one. Next video or next stream. Right, folks, peace out. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend, peeps. Ah, Banisher's here. You missed it. I called upon you, Banisher, and you missed it. Peace out, folks.